I would say, brother Josh, what would you say would be the barometer test for stir fry when she watches YouTubers?
I've never seen any of these YouTubers before, but you know, uh, I try to stay away from stuff that not if it contains certain stuff, but if it promotes certain stuff, right? Like if you're watching a TV show, you know what I mean, and you find yourself here's this is what I tell my people too, stir fry rice. Anyway, I was just kidding. Every time I hear stir fry, I think of that rice. But here's what I tell people. If you're watching a show and you're so into the show that you find yourself rooting for the bad guy and hoping the bad guy wins, then that's not a good show for you to be watching. If you're watching a YouTuber and he's promoting and glorifying things that are sinful, you should not be watching them. If you do watch a show that glorifies sin, a TV show, and you're saying to yourself, I hope he gets it, he's wrong, even though he's the star, he's still wrong, then you're good. But if you find yourself rooting for the bad guy, the sinner, you're wrong. And that's what Satan does with a lot of these shows. He has you rooting for the sinner. Like, for instance, any one of you ever seen the show Power? I know y'all a little young, but Power, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was
I
produced
think
by
Breaking
50 Cent.
Bad would maybe be a better example. I feel like more people have seen Breaking Bad,
Breaking Bad is older than Power.
but Breaking
But
Bad
okay,
is
yeah. Well, Breaking Bad, okay, with Walter, right? In the beginning, you are rooting for him because he's even though he's doing bad stuff, he's doing it for a righteous cause. He's trying to make sure his family is taken care of when he's gone. Even though one could still argue people lose parents every day, and that parent doesn't go out and break the law like crazy by selling drugs just because they know that they're not going to have enough money to leave to their family. But at least you can kind of get behind Walter White. But if you're still cheering for Walter White, like by the time of the fifth or sixth season of Breaking Bad, you really need to get your morality checked because that dude was off the chain by then. That's what Satan does. When we watch these TV shows, it used to be like when my mom was growing up. My mom was born in 1952. When and not sometimes they got this cable channel called TV Land. All you young people, you can go on there and you can watch some old shows just to get an idea, a history lesson for y'all of what wholesome television used to be. See, when my mom was growing up, and even when I was growing up, they had a clear line between good and evil, right? You knew who to root for and you knew who to boo. Boo! Cobra Commander, boo! Decepticons, boo! You knew who to boo, right? Nowadays, they make these shows, and what Satan has done, there's literally a show, and I know you've heard of it, Gideon, called Lucifer. Anybody ever heard of that show? In the chat room? It's literally called Lucifer, and guess who the star is? Satan himself. And people are rooting for him. Because, see, that's what the devil will do. So now, just using my boy Gideon as an example, Gideon used to do pranks, right? But have you ever watched one of his pranks where he's bothering people and rather than focusing on him, pause the video and focus on the people who he was harassing? See, they were not amused. They were irritated, and in some cases, they were done wrong. But we still saw Gideon as the hero, even though if somebody was doing that to you, some of the stuff he did to people, you'd be pissed. Probably be ready to fight. So I'm just letting you know that because you're talking about a YouTuber, if you find yourself rooting for them and you know they're in the wrong, you need to turn it off. Because now Satan got you. He got you rooting for sin and supporting sin. You understand?
Yes.